Hello and welcome to another Unreal Engine 5 video. In the last video I went over some of the tools that Unreal 5 has to offer. A lot of the things that you see when you open uh, a level or open your Unreal Engine, the viewport, details, your outliner, some of the stuff to familiarize yourself with things. And we can, um, well, one of the ways to, if you want to move on to another level, um, we can go to File and hit New Level. And some of these are templates, like I said last time, but they give you certain things. They kind of set up a basis for you in terms of lighting and things like that and sky. And it's good to know how those things work. So say we're to create this basic one here. Okay, we've got a platform and it's a whole sky. We got sky. We've got our lights. All these things right here. But if you if you didn't have the templates, or if you want, to build your um, build your level from scratch, you go right here into content. You right click, and you can do level, and we'll say level 2, and it's got a star here. So if we double click it, we don't have anything saved on this level. We didn't do anything, so we won't save it. Um, oh, this one has to be saved. So we'll save selected. Level 2. Oh, let's say level 3. But anyway, so here is our level. We'll get rid of this drawer. And we have nothing. It's completely empty. So you're going to want directional, and you're going to want skylight. And we're going to want to give it some something to see. Alright, that's our floor. And then directional light here, if we can see which way it's facing. And another, you can go in the content drawer, which was control space, and we'll dock and layout for right now. The engine, you can go to settings here to show engine content if you want the engine content, what we're gonna look for. We're gonna look for sky and this BP sky here. Now we have a sky. Well, it's kind of a cool like orange tint. But if you want to make it look like sky, to the sun height to 1, and now the sun is all the way in the sky. Let's see. Expanded the shape. So the light We already moved it. If we wanted to have it rotated, whichever way, it's looking at our level, you can see the arrow pointing down here. Depending on how you want your scene to look here. And for this material, if you don't like the material, you can go here, change it. Just go back. And another thing that is used is a post process volume, and they're they're in here. You can create one. You can go to visual effects and go to post process volume. And inside this post process volume, what the post process volume does is it it can alter the mood and the feel of your scene. So if we look at the details panel here in the post process volume, we can see bloom, um, exposure, which we'll go do exposure here in a second, local lens flare, image effects, um, vignette. So if I were to change the vignette up and we go inside, you see how it alters the mood. Like if you're walking into a situation where it's bad, you're like, well, oh, I should be in here. And we can change that. Um, in the post-process volume. And it only happens when you're inside. Um, and so you can make this local or infinite to the entire level, depending on what you're wanting to do. So say that we are outside and we had, um, I know there's this scene in one of these video games I played not too long ago where there are people trying to help break into a house that's on fire to save somebody. And when you get inside, it's pretty hot. So if we look at our post-process volume and we scale it here, we'll say our building is, you know, about yay big, and we want to move it back here a little bit, back to scale, move it down here. And so we say we want to, um, in our post-process, we have the vignette intensity turned up. And then if we want to make it like it's really hot, we can go to temperature. And we can make it really hot. So when we walk, if we hit play and we walk into this, oh, it's really cold. So I went the wrong way on the scale. Always want to make sure you have the correct thing selected. Sometimes it can be difficult. Post-process volume, and go to temperature. We'll go the other way, which I would think that would be cold. So you're in a fire that's, or in a house that's on fire, trying to save somebody. Oh, it's hot in here. Then you make it back outside. So if we play it, burning building. Oh, it's really hot, and then you get up. Yeah. But anyways, so that you and if we were to make the whole thing on fire, or the if you want, we're up in the mountains and your whole zone was cold, uh, we can. It doesn't matter how big you make your post process, your volume, right? Yeah, you can go down to. When you have it selected, you can go down to the settings and infinite extent. So this will be the entire level. We can turn off the vignette, and then the temperature will make it really cold, like we're in the mountains, like it's the whole level's in the mountains. And that's when you're setting up your level, it's really important to know what you want it to feel like. Um, let's see, we did the post process, and then another thing. Let's go back and get rid of some of this temperature. If we were to make it, since it's completely this. Anyway, um, say we for exposure, it automatically sets it like it would be in the real world. So if you go too far away, it gets dark. And in a game, it's not really conducive to do that because you want to be able to see the effects from far away. You want to be able to see the terrain, all the little details from as far away as you can. So what you do with the post process in that case is you want to make sure that you go into exposure and you can set these both to 1 and then make sure that you have infinite, and that will allow the light to be seen like it's a lot lighter. It's not getting darker as you're leaving. It's light all around. And a couple of other things, the directional, yeah, you can put how you want your sun to look, which way it's pointing. And next video we'll be adding 3D um, 3D environments, assets, and textures to the level. And so this was kind of getting it set up, um, feel and vibe, and then next video will be the cool environmental stuff. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.